Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and on this episode we're going to be picking up something for the F350. It's something that I've been looking for quite some time now, and it's either too far, too expensive, wrong gearing, but I finally picked it up for a decent price. So let me show you what it is and why we had to pick it up. Now, those of you that recall, this truck has been hit on this side. It was hit on this side from this angle with something really sharp into the tire. It damaged the wheel. I'll show you guys a clip of the truck, how it was when I got it. And basically it ripped off that leaf spring, and then it curled it kind of inwards more, because the way the hit was, it was kind of from this end inward. So it curled the leaf spring, ripped it off on the back. And basically I ended up replacing this leaf spring and that one from a different truck, all from the same truck. And basically I put the tires on and everything was fine. And then I noticed that it started eating tires. Now I wasn't sure why at first, so I ended up measuring the rear end, and I found out that the rear end is bent. So basically we got our pumpkin, we got our rear end, little axles or tubes. Basically this is the housing. I think there's a flange right here, then you got free floater tubes or whatever they're called. So basically I ended up measuring, I put a level here and level here, and I put a string from here to here and a string from here to here, and I measured the distance basically from the tubes to the string. And same thing here. This is the driver's side, this is the passenger side, and the hit was this way. And so basically I measured everything out, and everything is how it should be, nice and straight. But then this side is about 1/4 of an inch shorter, and this is slightly angled, obviously not that much, but it's slightly more angled this way, whereas the other one is more straight and this one is slightly more angled. So basically the tube bent, not the whole tube bent, but basically this part went, you know, kind of like that, because the way the hit was, hit the wheel, pushed everything forward, broke off the leaf spring hanger right here, and then curled the leaf spring in, like, basically like, you know, like this. So that's what we got. That's what I, you know, basically, because the wheels on this side are not going straight, it's forcing this side to go off a little bit too. So it starts eating the tires here, starts eating the tire here. So since I don't really have a truck right now, I'm gonna have to use my wife's van. I know she's probably not gonna be happy with it. And then I found a guy who's selling Rerand. It's not complete, it's kind of taken apart a little bit, but seems like the housing is there, but we'll go pick it up. He's asking 220 or 240, and we'll go see if we can snag it for 200 bucks. I'm probably gonna go ahead and remove those seats because the rear end is not gonna fit, and then I'm gonna throw a bunch of thick cardboards in here, and hopefully I can, you know, get the help from the guy who's selling it to get the rear end in here, and then we'll go from there. Basically I just need the housing, everything else is good on the inside, but if I can get the housing for 200 bucks, then it's gonna be a win-win. Otherwise, dually rear ends, because most of the rear ends that I've been finding, they either have 410 gears, they're either for the flatbed trucks, which are narrower, or they're for the older trucks, or the people are just asking straight like 900 bucks, $1,000, sometimes even more. I've seen them go for like 1,500 bucks, $1,800 at junkyards and eBay and all that stuff. A pickup dually Dana 80 was pretty hard to find for a decent price, but now we'll go check this one out and see what we get. All right guys, so I went ahead and picked up the rear end on wife's van, since I don't really have a truck right now to use, but it worked out pretty good. I mean, it was a little bit pain in the butt to get it in there. Took about 3 of us to load it up in here, but it fit in there just fine. I just had to remove one of the seats and then fold down the back seats. It was only, he sold it for 200 bucks, and I think it's a pretty good deal. Basically It's a 410 Rerand, so I'm hoping that everything else fits. I tried to measure everything that I could, but let's go ahead and take this out. I'm going to use my engine lift, and we're going to see if we can get this guy out pretty easily with me and Matthew. All right, let's get the crane in, hook it up with some chains or ropes or whatever, and get it out. For some reason he had the axle shafts out, and for some reason a few of these were bent and knocked out. I guess he was going to maybe replace them or who knows what. And the rotors themselves were off too, so I just kind of, you know, slid that in here kind of loosely. He didn't have any bolts for that. No idea what he was doing, but he started basically taking it apart for whatever reason. The gear is a 410, which is not what I need. I was hoping for a 373, but you know, beggars can be choosers. So I measured from here to the other side to make sure it's for a pickup, not for a flatbed, because the flatbeds are, I think they're like 2 inches narrower. And I measured from the plate here as well. That's where the leaf springs, where it sits on the leaf springs, that's the same, because I believe the axle on the flatbed is narrower about an inch here and an inch from the other side, and so is this. I think the leaf springs sit a little bit narrower as well. So as far as that goes, this is for a pickup, so we're set on that. The gearing is 410, so I mean, not a big deal, but it's a limited slip differential. Mine is not, so this is already, you know, pretty good find, because usually you don't find these with the limited slip. And actually I only found out that it's a limited slip after I got it home and got everything kind of put on and tested it out. So basically, when you're spinning this side forward, the other side is supposed to be spinning forward also. And that's how you know that it's a limited slip rear end. Otherwise, if you're spinning this one forward, the other side should be going the other way, backwards. And you can also test it with the drive shaft as well. So if you're spinning the drive shaft, the yoke right here, this is spinning forward. And as I'm going forward here, the other one is spinning forward also. So yeah, now I can do four-wheel burnouts. And you know, I gotta get a tuner, start drag racing. No, just kidding, I'm not gonna drag that truck, but it's already a huge plus right there. Usually limit slip rear ends are a lot more expensive, but so far that's what we got. If any of you are experts on the rear ends, because obviously I want to keep the limited slip differential, but I want to put 373 gears in here, and I'm wondering if I can use my 373 ring and pinion from my truck and put it in here and keep the limited slip. I want to keep the limited slip obviously, but I don't want to really go to 410 gears. So for those of you that are experts with the rear end, let me know if I can actually take 373 out of my truck and put it in here, basically swap the ring and pinion from 410 to 373 and keep the limited slip. And I don't know if I'll be able to even take this to the shop because I don't have a truck to take it. And if I take this, I'll probably have to take apart my other rear end so they can do the swap for me and install that in there. But yeah guys, let me know what you think, or what you know, if I could swap the ring and pinion at home myself, or do I need like some super special tools. Obviously I know that the gearing has to have a certain gap to not wear out faster, and I know that the limited slip differentials need additives. So that's kind of all I know as far as rear ends. I never really worked on one. So yeah guys, that's what I got for the rear end. I still got some time to figure it out, do some research myself, but since I never really worked on the rear ends, if some of you guys did work on the rear ends before and you have the knowledge with the rack and pinions and limited slips and non-limited slip differentials, let me know what you think as far as swapping things back and forth and how that works out. So yeah guys, that'd be it for this video. Hopefully in the next video I'll be putting the dash in the truck, and we'll be finishing up all that stuff on the inside, and hopefully we'll be starting her again and getting back to driving her. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, let me know in the comments what you think, and we'll see you in the next one.